Hi everyone, we're ROMbi, and today we're reviewing Mira Occultus. I think that's her last name.
Occultus?
Occultus?
I don't know.
Maybe it's Occultus. And if you guys already don't know, she is my first character, so I'm really excited to be able to review her again, especially now that she has a Shinki, or at least her first Shinki, and she's relevant again, so yay! Go Mira!
So, what we mean by first Shinki is that a lot of the old Shinki characters, which came out way back in the day, have now been given upgrades to their Shinki so that they are more relevant to the Japanese version. But we don't have that yet because it was fairly recent in the Japanese version.
I think a couple weeks ago, actually.
But yeah, so even if you have old characters, rest assured that the Japanese version will be upgrading those characters to keep them still relevant. Although, not immediately, of course, but a couple months down in the future. Her ranking right now is very confusing because of the whole new Shinki
In Japan.
So
I believe that the last time we checked, when she only had one Shinki, she was an A+ on Fanmitsu. We did not check Game With at the time because we weren't using Game With at the time, so...
But yeah, so now the ratings are different because of the new Shinki, or the new upgrade to the Shinki.
But from what we remember, she's an A+, which makes her a relatively decent mage, as is. Many of the mages nowadays...
I feel like many of the mages... None of the mages are S-rank anymore, except for Fran, I think. So I feel like Mira is basically on par with all...
the mages that we have now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's her. Here's her art. If you had Mira back in the day, you probably never checked her affinity picture, because there wasn't any.
Yeah, so the affinity pictures were, of course, added later, after Mira was released.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you look at her stats now, they are markedly increased when compared to her original version, which unfortunately we do not have.
We were too excited to Shinki her, and none of us took a picture of her old stats, so if you guys have a picture of her old stats, please let us know to compare to her now.
But, I mean, most people would generally be using these characters as Shinkis, because the regular versions are not relevant in our current game anymore.
Pretty much. Her leader skill is Demon Sanctuary, and it allows damage by mages to be lowered. That's not right.
Damage taken by mages lowers markedly.
Right.
The issue with that is that it's weird to say
as a sentence.
As part of a sentence. I mean, as a sentence, it's okay, but if you want to add it into a sentence, it's kind of...
It makes my grammar really bad.
Funky.
Anyway, you probably wouldn't be using Mira as a leader anyway, just because you don't have a full team of mages unless you're doing some specific event quest.
So her passives are attack plus 15%, which is great because it increases her damage, and also heals are based off of attack percentage, so that also increases the heal capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Her second passive skill is the standard no fatal blows at HP over 10%. This is nice because, again, mages are kind of squishy, and this saves her from dying outright unless you get hit twice in a row.
Or burn, or some other status effects, or elemental damage.
Right.
But it is a great lifesaver, and of course she can heal herself back up.
And then her final passive skill is boost action skills plus 20%, and this also affects her heal as well as her action skills.
So her heal is, well, both of her skills are Reborn because of Shinki, but they are Reborn Holy Heal, and it is a very large area heal. So a lot of mages have a radius of how far they can heal, but Mira's radius is actually very large.
It's not the full screen. I know there is a mage that is full screen, or full map heal. Mira's is not quite that, so if the map is like unnecessarily large, then Mira may not heal you, but for the most part, Mira will heal you.
Yeah, so, and of course it's a standard heal. It heals a large amount of both you and your allies' hit points.
Health / hit points.
Yes.
Her second skill is Reborn Lightning Bolt, and it summons a thundercloud that deals bolt damage to a surrounding area. This is the same action skill as before, except now it's red.
Yes. Also, we forgot to mention the SP costs. So the SP cost for the heal is 50 SP, which is fairly standard back in the day It might be
a little bit
expensive now. Her action skill with the lightning cloud is 43 SP cost.
Because she has 210 SP, that's not too bad.
Yeah, she can heal 4 times before she needs to
regenerate.
recharge.
And especially now that Mage charge is out, where you can get more SP per attack, it should be no problem.
So for those of you who don't know, the Mage charge is called Spirit Unity in the Japanese version. So,
is it?
Yeah.
That's so cute!
In case you are looking at the Famitsu page or game with, and you're just like, oh, like, what are all these mages with their Spirit Unity?
It's Mage charge.
But yeah, let's test her out. So here we are in the stage, and first things first, we will switch to Mira.
Oh, if you notice, she has the little spiky and, like, the shiny, like, on her logo, where you can tell that she is definitely a Shinki, which makes me kind of happy. So her attack is now relatively relevant, doing about 300 damage, versus, I think she was doing, like, 150 for me earlier, which annoys me, but...
So yeah, her damage has increased by a ton. And
so let's
her stats in general are great.
Okay, I'm going to use their second skill.
So this is her lightning cloud. It is red, and it deals a good amount of damage.
1,000 sometimes? No, I can't count. There's 700.
Okay, so it looks like I don't know. In any case, she's actually killing characters versus, like, before, I know when I was using her, she was just not doing any damage whatsoever, and it was kind of annoying. But now that she's a normal, relevant mage. Yes.
I don't really know what else you can say about her besides the fact that she's a normal, relevant mage.
Yeah, so let's see her heal.
So let's see her heal without mage charge first.
It gets you about 300, which is fairly standard because she is not using a weapon right now. She is equipped with a wooden staff. And since
she was doing, you know what? She was doing 350 with a nice weapon before. So this is actually really good for her. Oops, I didn't charge. Shoot. Here's 300 again.
But yeah, so if you were to actually equip a weapon on Mira, you will see a much better damage output and heal amount. But even with her mage charge, it is a 415 without a weapon, so she will definitely heal your team well.
And not even just heal your team, she heals herself. Like, she only has 405 health, so she'll heal herself entirely, she'll heal your team. I think when I was using a weapon, she healed, like, up to 600? Something. Which is really nice.
Yeah, so that's generally enough to fully heal all of your characters right now. Well, there are a couple that do have around like 800 or so HP.
Yeah, so that's Mira. I'm really glad that she's relevant now, so I can use her now that she's, again, relevant. I can use her for Vanguard without, like, bringing her in just to sacrifice her.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's great as a mage. She is kind of a regular mage now.
Yeah, I mean, the sad part is I feel like she's not, like, an outstanding new Shinki, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, I feel like none of the Shinkis are really all that outstanding, mainly just because the Shinkis are old, but we do appreciate the Shinkis because it does bring old characters that we had back into the meta.
I would say if you have her already, she's worth Shinkying. If you don't have her...
I mean, I don't feel like any of the Shinki characters are worth rolling for by themselves. But they're, like, a great sort of side pull.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Especially for older characters, or older players that have done the Curse Quest and were able to farm the ridiculous amount of runes that we got from that. Because, honestly, Shinki characters are really, really expensive. If you guys have Shinki Douglas already, you guys would know, like, he took, like 150 runes.
Of the character weapon type runes.
Yeah, not like the normal runes, like 150 like fencer runes. It's ridiculous. I would love these guys to be like more relevant and more like reasonable for newer players, but at the same time it's just not possible.
Yeah, mainly just because of Shinki cost.
I would say if you're doing Shinki anyway, you want to pick your Shinkis carefully.
Although, generally, I feel like every single conquest, if you do farm for your rainbow runes, you will definitely have enough rainbow runes to Shinki. The only issue is your weapon class runes, but the new island, the Scientia Island, is apparently very good for farming weapon runes.
Yeah, so that's Mira. Yeah, again, if anyone has the old Mira stats, please let us know, just because I want to see the comparison. I wish I had it. So thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!